Do you want to? You should be the one this week to go. Welcome everyone to Remember That. Do the impression of your impression of me.
Welcome everyone to Remember That podcast.
There's no way. There's no way that.
Welcome back everyone to another episode of Remember That. That was pretty good. This week we have a very special episode because where are we?
We are in Manila, not the Philippines.
Manilla, New South Wales. Very inland country vibes. So we are recording outside, so there will be some bird noise in the background. The birds are prolific here.
Yeah, Corellas. What else you got?
Cockatoos. We got glass. We got parrots of all kinds.
Welcome back to Bird Chat.
Opossums are very cute. They make that kind of cat noise.
They do. That's a cat noise? Yeah, so what we're doing this week was we wanted to be like, I think last week you were like, you want to get your mum on. We've come up here and she has agreed to a 3-minute set.
She was very specific.
Very specific about 3 minutes. So if you're listening and we get her on for longer than 3 minutes, we're just not going to ignore. We're going to ignore the time.
Very special if she stays longer.
Yes, but you know we've had so many people from my life on. So this week we're doing Maddie's family cameos. We're not going to say who it is, but we are going to just pluck random people that are staying at the house and bring them on.
Make them come on, basically. Force them.
Unfortunately, Phoebe has...
I'm so annoyed with her.
Put the theme song in here. Unfortunately, she's refused to come onto the podcast. We went and kindly asked her and she went, no, that's stupid, and then took a swig of vodka and then lit a match and put the match in front of her face and went... and
into our faces.
Into our faces and the podcast gear. So we had to get the podcast gear repaired. It would be funny if, we later found out that there was no Phoebe, that we just made up this.
We made her up.
We made up this fictional villain character. Like we had that get together at the start and we were like, it'd be interesting if we had like a villain,
villain.
Yeah. We had a villain that's like Sauron.
She's completely fictional.
You never ever see her. She's just this, sister. No, she didn't want to come on, which is fair.
No, it's not.
We do bag her a lot. No.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that because she doesn't listen.
And she also is incredibly mean. This is the Maddie family cameo episode. We're very excited. It's going to be a bit chaotic. There's probably going to be a lot of sound effects to mash it all together because there's going to be a lot of stopping, probably running inside and going, okay, you ready? You going to get in the podcast? And then them being like, no, I don't know if I want to do it. And us going, just get on the fucking podcast. We're here. We've set the gear up. So, and there's going to be a lot of that will cut out.
Or not.
Or they'll be like, yeah.
Did I go ask Mum?
Sure.
All right, I'm going.
Please welcome to the show. It's Maddie's mum, Beth. I thought that's your microphone.
You're talking to the mic.
You just hold it.
Excellent.
It's not that. Can you hear it?
I've always wanted to have a little go on this.
Have you really? What do you mean? How many times have you seen this thing before? Or do you mean just
not this particularly, just the whole mic thing.
Yeah, right.
It's fun and you feel professional.
Yeah.
You didn't ever do like any type of community radio, nothing like that?
No. Could have though.
Oh, you could have?
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Well,
it was going around?
No, but I could have.
Yeah. I feel like you already sound great.
Yeah, I know.
You know who
I'm a natural.
The constant feedback we get from everybody
This is where
that
I
listens.
get it from, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. The constant feedback we get from everybody that listens is how nice her voice is. They don't say anything about mine.
Right.
Are you surprised?
Shut up, Beth. Right. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Thanks for coming on, Beth.
Thanks,
I really
Mum.
appreciate it. We've spoken about you a lot, so we really appreciate it.
Oh, have you? Which episodes?
All of them.
You need to learn how to listen to them.
Yeah, you've only been listening to
I know
one.
how to listen to them, but
you've only listened to one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, she's like, well, the others are shit. To
Well,
be
no,
honest.
no,
the Simon episode was great, and I think the rest of them were about a 2 out of 10. So
my talking book in the car takes precedence
Oh,
What's
at the moment, but I've nearly finished.
what's your talking book?
A Tana French book.
Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. You got beaten out by Etana French.
I
We got to
mean,
up our game. We've got to go
fair.
look that up, and maybe we got to start doing this in French. What is that? Is it
No,
like
it's just a series. They're all right. They're pretty mindless. But
yeah.
Mindless is good though in the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've got a long drive every day.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it sounded like you were going to keep going. You
No.
went, oh, look, I tell you one thing. Anyway.
Mum's basically a long haul trucker at this point.
You are. Well,
It's a commute into town. Oh,
'cause
my
you're
headphones have gone.
that's all right. I'll fix them.
There we go.
Because it's so far away from anywhere.
Mm.
Beth, I feel like I've asked you this before, but where did you grow up again?
Yeah.
Gunnedah and Manilla and here.
Oh,
Here.
right. Even when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
You say that with a bit of like, yeah, wasn't great.
Yeah, what was it like?
It was little kid. Primary school was fun. We used
Yeah.
to. Well, we just had so much freedom.
Yeah.
You know, we'd go down to the weir and play brandies. You know that.
Oh,
You know that
yes, that brandies. We've spoken about brandies.
with tennis balls.
Like you
Oh.
peg the balls at each other.
Yeah.
Why is it that
we played that at
kids-
school?
Why is it that kids before technology just turned to absolute destruction? Do you know what I mean?
They really
Just
wanted to hurt each other.
absolute, just like, all right, it's recess. We're finally out of the classroom.
Yeah, we can kill each other.
Literally. Were you a participant in brandy?
Sort of. I mean, I had brothers, and I probably got hit more than I threw.
You're the middle child?
Mm.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Mm.
I'm the youngest. You know what your mother said when I
What?
said I'm the youngest? She said, oh, that makes sense.
He does have little brother energy.
I do, yeah, for sure.
Do you want to get to my story?
We're trying to get more out of you, Mum.
Well, I'm
No, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You've got you're like a kettle on the pot. You're like you want to burst it out of you.
yeah.
Okay, so this
Go
story
on.
is about the 70s. Growing up in the 70s. That's what
Yeah,
Maddie
it's
said.
back.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I'm just going to tell one story
Yeah.
about that. Was school lunch boxes in early high school, and Mum made them, and they were always revolting.
Yeah.
No, they were. And I went to this little private girls' school,
Yeah.
which I really liked, but I was so embarrassed about my lunches.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so you-
One in particular stands out.
Yeah, tell me.
I opened my lunchbox and suddenly everyone went, "Phew, what's that smell?"
What was it?
It was a boiled egg wrapped up in foil, and you could smell it before I even unwrapped the foil. You could that eggy smell
Egg
Yeah.
smell.
that almost, because it had been in my lunchbox all day and wrapped in foil when I opened it, it was almost rotten egg gas.
Oh yeah, yeah. Any kid, I do feel like any kid who had eggs for lunch was
See?
unpopular.
See, there it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Or did you eat it?
No, I didn't. I
Did you
threw
ever
it.
bring this up with NB, Maddie's grandma, your mother?
Oh God, no.
You didn't bring it up?
No.
Because I feel like I know she would have gone, what's wrong with that? Like she would have just immediately been like, no, that's what you...
Probably.
Yeah.
So that's just one little snippet, and I'm wondering how that becomes a metaphor for my whole.
For having a stinky lunchbox. For keeping secrets within, and then when you open it up, everyone goes, oh.
No,
No.
that sounded like it was yours.
I was trying to connect with you. Well, what's the metaphor?
Well, I don't know. It
Oh,
only just
right.
occurred to me that perhaps there is one there, but I'd have to think about it more. So perhaps on another episode, I could
All
come
right.
back and expand on that.
Mum, you're setting up another episode.
Well, I could become like the presenter.
Yeah.
Mum's like, well, it's my show now.
You've been on mine for 2 minutes, and you're like, this thing's easy. I think
Zoe.
next
I know
week.
what you guys complain about.
Next week. Welcome back to Remember That with Danny and Beth. We don't even address your exit. Okay. So how is your daughter, Maddie? Who?
Am I done?
No, Mum.
What?
You had another story about the 70s, I'm sure.
I've got one more story,
There we
but
go.
it's early 20s,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
very early 20s. So
This would
I'd
have
moved to
been-
Sydney from little country town, and I was out one night with friends at a pub in Surrey Hills. So I think it's probably still there, I think. Stumbled back to this friend's place, got really drunk, would slamming tequilas at the bar. Like there was all of us. I know, can you imagine? No. So I got back to this friend's place, ended up sleeping on the lounge and woke with that rude feeling that you're going to vomit
You're gonna
in the
vomit,
middle of the night. Sat up really quickly, frantically looked around for something to, vomit in.
Yep.
And grabbed, those old-fashioned square ashtrays, like the
Yeah.
old marble ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, managed to launch this vomit into that, and it just fitted. Lapped the sides of the ashtray. And I couldn't believe my
I would have
luck.
thought it would have bounced out.
No,
like the
it was
projectile.
it just fitted. It was perfect, and so I was able to get away with this.
What was the occasion?
What do you mean?
Well, this was a Tuesday night. What are you talking about?
Oh no, it would have been a weekend.
You weren't living in Sydney, right? You were.
No. Living
You
in
were
Sydney,
living in Sydney, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's it.
Wow.
That's my story.
What did you do with it then?
Well, I had to go and surreptitiously empty it before morning came, but I got away with it.
You did. Yeah.
Like
you did.
not a drop.
Perfect.
So nobody caught you. Wow. Do they know this?
No.
Oh wow.
This is the first time it's been announced. So perhaps there's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Opening the rotten egg, opening the lunchbox.
Oh,
Yeah.
telling the story finally, getting it off your chest.
Getting it
it's-
off your chest.
It's like the vomit.
Well,
you're gonna
those
get a call from the friends next week going, I knew it was you. I knew it.
That was my mum's marble ashtray.
It was worth $20,000.
Well,
You
it didn't
ruined
wreck
it.
it. I just rinsed it out and popped it back.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
perfect
amazing.
crime. Yeah. My brother once, when we were out drunk, we stayed at my other brother's friend's house, and my brother got up in the middle of the night and sat on the toilet, not realizing that, I don't know if they had a sign on it saying like, oh, this toilet's being prepared, and it completely crushed. So like the porcelain just like disintegrated. I woke up in the morning not knowing this. I went out and I was like, oh, geez, I can't go to the bathroom then. Okay, cool. Anyway, we left before anyone got up. And I said to Darren, oh, it's interesting. Yeah, their toilet broke. And he goes, yeah, that was me. I was like, what? You're like, no, I broke it.
Crushed the toilet.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
still being built.
Or being repaired, or it was not in good nick. Yeah, it was an
No
old.
wonder
It
you
was
ran
an old
away.
house.
You would have had to have left.
Well, I didn't know. I
One, there's no toilet
out while
until
we
you
were
did it.
fleeing. Yeah.
Broke it.
Yeah, and then I imagine, and then when we saw
Have
that
you
guy,
checked the toilet here, Matt? No, that
it's my brother, not me.
Just make sure you check it before you leave, like, just in case. I've got to go now. I'm expected at Wingspan.
Okay, fine.
Thanks
yeah,
for coming
thanks for coming on.
Mum.
Thanks, Beth.
Applause for Mum.
Applause for Mum.
That was great.
It's a great job. Great job, Beth.
I'm expected at Wingspan, honestly.
You know, I do notice as well your mum, I don't think she means to do it, but as soon as I come and join her at, like, you know, if she's sitting out in the veranda, I go, oh, there's Beth. I'll go have a coffee with Beth or whatever. As soon as I sit down, I'm out there for 30 seconds and she gets up and walks up. And yesterday, she was putting on a movie, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I feel like watching a movie." Like it's very your family holiday is very free flow. There's not like organized activities. Everybody just kind of activities start, and you join in if you want.
we come and go a lot.
Literally, there's like a card game happening. What are you guys playing? Oh, we're playing this. Do you want to play? Yeah, sure. Or you know, somebody throws a movie on. But I went out. Beth put the movie on, and I went out and sat down. And I was like, what are you choosing? And she's like, oh, I don't know, maybe this. Like, it's not good. And I was like, okay. And then she gets up and walks away. And I was like, okay, I guess no movie's happening. And then I get up and I walk back into the kitchen. You guys are playing cards. And I'm like, oh, what are you playing? And then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll play a card. And then I just hear dun, 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 like fucking 20th Century Fox logo.
She's put it on
Put it
without
on.
you.
As soon as I've left,
Danny's
it's
gone.
like she did a lap, waited for me to go, and then sat down.
She went and hid behind the banister and like watched you leave.
Yeah, she's sitting there behind it with a sniper rifle going, come on.
Yeah, I don't.
It's clear. Oh, we didn't ask her about the snipies. Oh, well,
Damn it.
that's all right.
I don't know if we've mentioned on the podcast, but my mum has an obsession with sniper movies.
We did last episode. We
In
did.
particular.
Yeah.
She
We did.
loves them.
She loves them. They're really great. Well, that was good. I liked the stories there.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Should we go get Roy
We can get
or
Roy.
Nick?
We can get Roy or Nick.
I'll ask who's ready.
Yep. All right, everybody. Welcome to the show. Leroy Jenkins.
Come on down.
Yay, Roy.
Yeah, go Roy.
So,
Can you hear?
I can hear.
Oh, good.
and do you want to
Thank you very much.
give the context for who Roy is?
Roy, this is my mum's partner, Roy, my other mother.
Yes. So Maddie's second
Hello.
mum.
Yeah, say hello, Roy.
Hello, Roy.
Oh, she's already cracking jokes.
Thanks for coming on, Roy.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
She
yeah.
doesn't
Under
wanna do
sufferance.
it.
Yep.
You don't want to do it? You're not a speak in front of the microphone person?
Oh, no, I've spoken in front of the microphone before.
Of course you have. Given that you do therapy and you do, well, that sounds like you're
Yeah,
in
I do lots of
therapy.
therapy. Yeah, I need a lot of therapy.
No.
Don't we all?
You're a hypnotherapist.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, a
And
life
But that's
coach.
not why
And
I
a
use
life coach.
That's why I don't use a microphone for
what,
hypnotherapy.
what do you do? Just a loud hailer out? Get off the lawn, kids! What do you?
Go to sleep now.
What? When do you get in front of the mic? Are you doing stand up and not telling me?
Yeah, no. I worked at a radio station.
No, you
Oh,
didn't.
there you go.
Oh my gosh! Did you have a show?
No. I did back production.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that like the all new Nivea? Like, were you doing ads?
That's right.
Oh, were you really?
Ladies.
Oh, were you? Were you actually?
Yeah.
So you were doing voiceover work.
Yeah, so I did copywriting and
Yeah.
voice work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
so-
was this?
Cool.
Oh, I can't say too much.
Oh, why? Have you signed an NDA?
Still
What
on
do you
the
mean?
NDA.
What do you think's going to happen?
Well, you know, Mum sat
What's
down.
the general area?
You know, Mum
Rural
sat down.
New South Wales.
Rural New South Wales. Okay.
Mum
Yeah.
sat down and goes, "Oh, good. I've always wanted to be on the mic."
I know she sat down and looked quite comfortable at the
Yeah.
mic.
Very pleased with herself.
And then-
Sunglasses on.
And then a few minutes later, she goes, "I could be the presenter." But then mere minutes later, she goes, "Okay, am I done?" I'm like, "I don't know if you cut out for this gig."
She lasted 2 minutes.
It lasted 2
I
minutes. She's
know.
like,
Well-
"Oh, this is fun. I'm over it."
So next Christmas it'll be a microphone and mixing set for Christmas present.
There you go. There you go.
DJ Beth.
I did actually say to Beth I should get her a TV remote that's just a little DJ volume fader.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
while we're
Yeah.
watching horror movies, she just goes up and down, up and down, up and down.
She hates the loud
From behind the
noises.
pillow.
Yeah. You don't mind a horror movie, do you?
I don't mind them. Less so now than I used to.
Yeah, because Beth is so terrified of the...
Everything.
Yeah, but also just like last night, like hiding behind the pillow, I'm like, this is a real B grade. Like, how? It's not
Yeah.
scary.
It was not even close to being scary, and Mum hides behind the
Suspense.
pillow.
It's the suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Roy, without wanting to give away too much information, because I know I'm gathering you're a very private person.
Oh, that's right.
Where did you grow up in rural New South Wales as well?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was? I will say
Nice
no
work
more.
there, Daddy. Nice work there.
Thank
Roy
you.
is like a proper farm girl.
You are, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Oh, that's right.
Did you
Yep.
have farm jobs growing up?
I did.
What were some of the was it livestock? It
was both.
I've adopted that
You have.
terminology.
You've got the
livestock.
lingo.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Livestock.
I used to call
Cropping.
them animals,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
they're livestock.
You're a country boy.
I'm a
Yeah.
country boy.
Not at all.
I'm a country boy who would complain nonstop. It's so hot.
What's got me? I'm allergic to this.
Come on. We've spoken about on this podcast before the amount of times. Remember, like my first few trips up here, this place tried to murder me.
He struggled.
He was very
Literally.
precious. You were very precious then.
gosh.
Very
It
precious.
was everything.
City boy.
He
It
was
was
allergic to the
100%.
sunscreen and
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had
got
rashes.
bitten by everything every day.
What were your jobs on the farm?
Well, I did a bit of everything. We did mustering stock.
Okay.
Slaughtering animals. That was a low point.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting on the tractor.
Yep.
Listening to Roy Orbison.
Oh,
Dusty. Yeah,
nice. While slaughtering the animals, or
Well, you know. Probably with
Anything
the
you
trauma left in my
want,
brain.
You got it.
Yeah. That's why I have therapy now. The trauma from slaughtering animals.
Fair
right.
enough.
That's
Yeah,
why. That's why you get a lust for blood when you listen to Roy Orbison. That's why you start. You start going.
I think I need therapy again right now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no.
bringing it all back.
No, you're killing it. You're killing it.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask Roy in terms of childhood memories? What is something that you've always been curious about,
You
Roy?
would have gotten the school bus to the school, right?
Yeah,
Do you remember it?
I do.
Was it a long trip?
Yes, it was 50 k's out of town, so it was a
wow.
long trip.
Every
trip.
day?
Every day.
So what time are
Yeah.
you getting on the bus?
Oh, I don't even know. It was early.
I
It was too
I don't
early.
know. I was still asleep. They carted you out. They carted you out on the bed.
You know what?
Just-
You know what? The worst trip when I was young, going to catch the bus because it was a 5k
Walk to the
distance.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I didn't walk. I got driven on, and then I rode motorbikes.
Yeah.
But when we had to go across a river,
Yeah.
so when it was flooding, it was like this raging river.
Yeah.
And instead of just giving us a day at home, no, you couldn't miss
Oh
school.
no.
So they would drive us in a tractor to the edge of the
Oh my
water.
gosh.
Then there would be a little rowboat sitting waiting for us.
Wow.
And then they would start right up one end of the river.
They chicken fox and grain you?
Yeah. And we would be going like wild ocean across
Oh
this
my
gosh.
gosh.
with no motor, just rowing.
Little rowboat.
And there was a tractor miles down the other side because that's how far we'd wash down. And you'd get out and you'd be covered in mud and you'd
That
on
is
that bus covered in
insane.
mud. Insane, isn't it?
And you'd still have to go to school.
And you'd still have to go to school and come across when
And
you come home in the afternoon.
And now
How many of you in the boat?
Well, it's about four
Oh
kids.
my God.
and now people are like, oh, I've got a sniffle. I'm working
I know.
remote.
Toughen up, people. Toughen
Did they?
up.
Did
Come
they?
on.
Get on that rowboat.
That would have been insane to
It was
manage.
insane.
And can I say, like, yes, hard for a kid, but to give empathy for a second here, hard for a teacher to manage 4 kids that weren't their own. Be like, okay, kids, get in this
Yeah, like who was
rowboat.
rowing
No,
the
it wasn't the
boat?
teacher rowing.
Oh, who was rowing?
No, it
just the
was-
local rower.
It was one of the other men on the farm.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Another
the
man on
strongest
the
one,
farm.
obviously, the strongest one.
And it was his
Jesus.
job to get you
To row
across.
us
This sounds like a
safely.
post-apocalyptic scenario.
And yeah, we're talking no.
We need
no
the strongest
life
rower.
vests. No life vests.
No life
No,
vest.
we were tough back then.
Did any kids not make it?
No, we always made it. Always made it.
Always got you there
That would have
safely.
been great because I think everyone collectively would have gone, well, what were they really going to do in life,
Exactly,
really? They couldn't handle
exactly.
this one task.
Yeah. We don't need any more slaughterers for a while.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
wild.
I know, right?
It is wild.
I can't believe that. Why didn't they just go, hey, no school today?
Yeah, no.
You just couldn't
had to go to
handle
school.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever was there ever a close call in falling off
I
the
don't know
raft?
because I just sat there with my eyes shut screaming.
You were upset.
Probably another reason why I need to go to therapy, but anyway.
There's so many.
You just sat there screaming. That's crazy. Rural New South Wales
Yeah.
is just
Bring it
wild.
on. You're all soft,
Bring it
you're all
on.
soft in the city.
Because I think one of the girls did tell me, one of your sisters, I think, or you even told me that you would have, like America has snow days, you'd have rain days because it would flood
Yeah.
and they just go,
Bus
right,
couldn't
just
make
stay
it
home.
over the flood.
And wasn't
Oh,
there
see?
something where they had to,
Yeah.
if they saw a storm coming, they had to be like, all right, kids, you got to leave now?
Yeah, they sent us back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
From school.
Yeah,
That'd be good
Soft up on the north.
That'd be good if it was a.
Whoa. You're all soft. Wow.
You were having school lessons on the roofs when the whole village was flooded. You know when they do those helicopter shots? You see one kid getting caned on the roof. Stop talking!
Oh,
Did you
dear.
have a best friend at school, Roy?
Yeah. I had different ones over my school.
Well, because they
Kind of
kept
life.
dying in the river. You had to keep changing.
You want to come for a sleep over at our house? Yeah.
They kept drowning. Oh, there goes another one.
Yeah, Roy just so unaffected. All right, I'm looking for a new best friend. Julie drowned. What would you do to entertain yourselves? What was the? I know this is like such a broad question, but I still, as a kid who grew up in the 90s with technology, still, I definitely was a bit of a free spirit. Let's run around and jump on stuff.
Yep.
Once technology and video games came along, it was like that was it. What did you do to entertain yourselves?
no,
What
it was
was like
probably-
the?
I was an outside kind of young kid all the time, so I
Yeah.
was always out on the farm. If
Yeah.
I wasn't out on the farm, my nan bought me this like really red hot cassette. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Cassette player, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have much on the farm.
Yeah.
And all these tapes. So her favourite singer was Elvis.
Yes, same with my dad, yeah.
So I'd put Elvis on and I'd be on our veranda screaming to nobody, singing Elvis and doing Elvis moves.
Wow.
That's what I entertain myself with.
That was your thing. Was there ever a point where you were like, that's what I want to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Like specifically Elvis or just sing and perform? And you got
sing and perform, but because Elvis, I had Elvis or Slim Dusty or Roy Orbison to pick from. So
wow. That
high benchmark.
Yeah.
The big three, if you will.
That's the big three, yeah.
That's probably why my singing career went downhill.
Oh, yeah.
But you are having lessons at the moment.
Oh,
you are. It's coming down.
Yeah.
See, I just had to wait till later in life.
You're going to be.
okay.
You're going to be Roy Orbison too.
Yes.
There you go.
Very good.
Ladies and
Excellent.
gentlemen, I mean,
Thank you very
everybody,
much.
welcome, Roy Orbison too. This is Roy coming
Was
out.
all right.
G'day. G'day, a lot of my friends drowned in the river. All right, anything you want.
You got it.
We have an in memoriam of all of the fallen soldiers of the river. There he goes, anything you want. That was Julie, you want. That's really good, Roy. I'm blown away by that childhood. I can't imagine just in a constant state of like the anxiety.
Fight or flight,
The anxiety,
yeah.
people get anxious now of like, oh, am I going to get picked on the bus? And you're sitting there like,
am I going to die on the way to school?
with just this random, very, very, very vague, strongest man who could row. Could have been anyone.
The hero.
Just the hero.
The hero story, yeah.
G'day, I am Liam. Get on the boat if you want to live. Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
wow. That's crazy. I mean, did you go into any type of performing after that?
I did, actually.
Yeah, what did you do?
So I did drama when I was at school.
Yeah.
It was probably my best subject.
Yeah, wow, you got into it.
Yeah. And then I joined the theatre when I left school. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you were a theatre kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
wow.
can I say?
That's really
Yeah.
cool. What?
I don't know what happened, everything just
Yeah.
went
Life
astray.
happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
Life
it's hard.
happened.
Theatre's
Alcohol happened.
Theatre's
yeah.
a big commitment.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need to hear.
Oh, no, I
right?
think it's now time for me to say thank you very much.
I will say that's a great sign off. I will say though, that is actually a perfect sign off. But I will say, the theatre, it's a big commitment. You got to
It
go to
is.
rehearsals.
Yes.
You got to,
Yes.
it's a big commitment, very small payoff, other
Yes.
than performing at the
That's
end.
right.
So,
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, thank you so much, Roy,
Thank
for
you.
coming
You're welcome.
on. I
It's
really
great.
appreciate
Thank you.
this. This was
Thanks for
fantastic.
coming on.
Roy, everyone.
Yay! Everybody,
Welcome,
welcome,
brother-in-law,
Nick. He's putting his headphones on.
He's putting his headphones
we
on.
should have got a fit photo of everybody.
How
Oh,
we
we
doing,
can.
guys?
We can get a photo of everybody.
We'll give
Nick,
it a shot.
Nick, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
It's my pleasure to be here, guys.
Nick.
Have you ever done a radio type interview, anything on
no.
camera, anything filmed?
Look, when I was a younger lad, I called the radio station a couple of times, won a few prizes.
Did you? What did
Why am I not surprised by that?
Who did you call? What did you win?
Local radio stations, mate. Like, in the big leagues, I think I made a joke and they were like, "Oh, mate, that was brilliant." And I got like a free CD or something. That was
Yeah, it was never anything great, was
no,
it?
it never was. Never
No.
was. I think my crowning glory was a K-Zone magazine. Where I won
That's a good one.
I got like a WWE DVD.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That was good. Were you a WWE kid?
I wasn't. One of my cousins was, so I gave it to him. But
That's nice.
I was
Re-gift.
a prize boy. If I could win anything anywhere, I'd be in it.
Did you? Were you a winner? Did you win? I know you're a winner at life.
Yeah,
we don't need
right.
to cover that. But in terms of competitions and prizes and stuff, were you? I feel like there's people who are like win all the time.
Yeah. Oh, he would be.
Oh, nah.
Nick's
You'd be
good at
surprised.
everything.
No. Luck generally isn't on my side. It's a bit of a family curse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's
Oh, wow. So everybody in your family traditionally don't win the K-Zone
notoriously
magazine.
unlucky. Yeah. That was just
They
a
all
fluke, that one,
tried.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't win anything.
No.
Never, ever, ever.
Neither do
This,
I,
this
unfortunately.
Flight Center thing that we won recently was the first thing
That
we
was
won.
a good one. To
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Mum's banging pots and pans in the kitchen.
Thanks, Beth.
She's like, I've had my turn. Bang, 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 bang.
And she's not even doing anything. She's just sabotaging Nick. She's like, "You're not going to be funnier than me, Nick." Dang, 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 dang.
Don't reward her with attention, guys. Don't encourage her.
Oh, Nick. Thanks for coming on because my stupid sisters wouldn't.
Yeah, no, it's a good substitute, Nick. Nick, I mean this hands down. You are by far one of the, I think, people that I think everybody should live up to.
Right.
Just in terms of your quality as a human being, and your talent in everything that you do.
Thank
You're
you,
a
Dad.
great cook.
Nick is good at everything.
You could fix stuff. You can build stuff.
Yeah.
You can, you.
Just everything he tries his hand at, he's good.
You're great in bed. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes, can confirm. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am.
Yeah, well, Nick, mostly we wanted to talk to you about food because the way you talk about it is just so passionate.
Yeah. I do think you should have a radio segment where you talk about
Review
Nick's
foods.
food
Yeah,
review.
Here's the issue, though. I've been thinking about it when we're inside, and Phoebe suggested it's like, you're going to go out there and, I think they want you to review food. And it's like, it needs to be in the moment. You know?
It does, yeah. We can't
fake it. It
No,
needs to come from
no.
that real place.
We will. Well, I do want to talk to you about childhood and what we will do.
Oh, shit.
We will. Yeah, we just spring this on.
So that's where it all
So we're going
started.
to talk about trauma. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. No, it's a wholesome podcast, but we can talk about trauma if anybody wants to. No, you're right about the food thing, but I do think maybe we get him on again and we have just a series of foods in front of him and just go,
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
Well, maybe recess snacks. We can
Ooh.
review them live.
Yeah.
I feel like as a kid, that's where maybe that's where the
Where it came from.
passion came from. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I had a pretty basic lunchbox.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was always envious of the kids running around with their Dunkaroos and their roll-ups.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I
yeah,
had,
yeah.
like,
That's good.
You
Yeah.
know, a nice tasty apple or a sandwich. But
Yes.
while wholesome,
Mm.
didn't provide that that anticipation you'd be looking for right around the 9 o'clock mark. When, 9:30 just around the corner for a little lunch.
Look,
He wasn't excited about it.
Nick, you've done it. Did you not just hear the most eloquent, beautiful review of your lunchbox? That was insanely. I could listen to that for an hour. Nick, can I throw you a curveball? And if you don't have a story, if you don't want to talk about it, we
No,
don't
go
have
for
to.
it.
What about a primary school crush? Your
Primary school crush.
First primary school crush. The first
Well-
time you were like, oh.
Well, not so much a crush.
Yeah.
I remember my first relationship, and that was when I was back in kindergarten.
Oh, I had a
Yeah.
kindy girlfriend too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd kind of worked it out in the long run that I was just the rebound, and I was
Kindergarten, she had a rebound.
oh, well, not even a rebound.
She took a gap year and was finding herself.
I was just being used to make the boyfriend jealous.
Oh my
Gosh,
gosh,
this is real.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was intense. I'm not sure what
For a
kind of
kid.
role modeling she had going on there, but
That's terrible.
well, it's the game of life. But yeah, I was sitting down in our library session, and
Yeah.
I can't remember what her name was. I hope she's doing well wherever she is now.
Shout out.
I wish her well. I really do.
Yeah, it was a short-lived romance, but she basically just walked over me one day, and everyone knew that these two were a bit of a pair.
Yeah.
She sat down next to me, out of the blue, said, "All right, we're married now." I was like, "Okay, then
Oh
that's
wow, she skipped straight to marriage.
haven't I
She
done well
really
here?
wanted that jealousy there. Yeah. She heard that he was starting his own business, and she was like, "I need to really show him that I'm
Well,
doing
she
well."
needed a visa.
Yeah.
Well, she took up Pilates as well. And
Yeah,
she was just
yeah,
really
yeah.
going all for it.
Yeah, did she get a snake and tie it around her wedding finger and went, "Look, he proposed yesterday."
A burger ring.
Yeah, a Burger King. Damn it, that's
Oh,
so
don't
much
get me
better.
started on those.
Yeah. What? Yay or
Next
nay?
episode. Oh yeah, big time.
Oh,
Love a burger ring.
Yeah.
I love a
Food.
burger ring.
I think
yeah.
food just instantly tastes better once it's in a circular shape, right? Like you got your calamaris.
Yep.
I think it's become a bit of a trend these days where people are serving it in the non-cylindrical fashion where it's just little strips, and I feel like it takes away so much of the experience.
That's so interesting. Okay, so donuts as well.
Donuts, another
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
You got your back to the the chip bandwagon, you got your your Cheezels as well.
Cheezels.
Another childhood
there you
classic.
go. There you
Very
go.
good.
What about, were you a fan of the Cheezle ball?
The cheese, like the
Cheese
Cheeto.
balls.
Yeah, so cheese ball. So you had the Cheezels,
Right.
but then they had the Tiger, the Cheetos.
Oh, the Cheetos.
Cheeto balls.
I'll tell you what, it ain't easy being cheesy. So that really resonated with me.
Yeah, it did. You liked the balls?
I'm more of a ball fan when it came to the cheese chips.
Yeah. Okay.
So
There you
Cheeto
go.
boy
Yeah,
over
yeah,
Cheezels. Cheezels did have the utility of being able to wear them as a fashion statement and
Yes.
as a tasty, convenient snack.
Yes. Okay, come on, man. You know what you're doing right now. You are killing. This is so good. This is exactly what I wanted.
He's a funny guy.
It could just have. You could just. I literally want to just like send this to Cheetos and be like, give us 60
You
grand.
need this guy.
Give us 60 grand minimum. We'll give you a 5-minute cut of Nick talking about Cheezels.
Yeah.
And they'll use it for their campaign for 2025.
Yeah.
Like, who is this man? But we got to make you like the Stig. We never reveal your
Yeah,
face.
yeah, I
Yeah.
The Enigma.
Because we'll the Enigma.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, you're good at naming
He's
stuff.
so good.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a we just spoke to Roy, who I learned was a theatre kid.
Really?
Yeah, which is, she went around singing while murdering animals and all that stuff. Did you ever do any type of creative pursuit? Did you ever
Murdering animals.
Yeah, no, yeah, there you go. There is an art form to it.
Creative pursuits.
So let's say
I dabbled in the school choir for year on, year off kind of thing.
I can see that. You got that baritone
Yeah.
voice. Yeah, for sure.
Look, I don't think I ever found myself in the scene.
Yep.
To be honest, like years 2 to 4, it was a complex time.
Yeah.
Oh, it is in every kid's
Trying to,
life.
yeah, exactly.
Wait, you grew up in Newcastle,
No.
No.
Central Coast.
Central Coast. Where did you sort of sit? Like, was there division in your school groups, and where did you sort of sit?
So, yes, I mean, in every school group, right? Like,
Yep.
obviously you had your nerds, your cool jocks,
Yeah.
and there's a full spectrum in between that. I would say I did all right as a younger kid.
Yeah.
I was probably on the higher end of the spectrum. Played a bit of sport.
There you go.
It never hurts. It
You're a
never
bit
hurts.
jockey then.
I wouldn't go that far.
Talking
He was
like
too
this.
sensitive for that.
Yeah. But
exactly.
I don't imagine there was a mean bone in your body growing up.
Well, no, and I think that's where there was a in the high school years that was a real
Advantage?
yielding point.
Uh-huh.
Where to be a cool kid you had to be
you had to be mean.
a bit mean.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one day I just had a big hard look at myself in the mirror and said, "Look, mate, what road do you want to go down? Do you want to?" So I think I took a.
A little 14-year-old kid, I can picture Nick doing that. I was actually picturing
It
him
was
in
all
front
very
of the
serious.
mirror.
Yeah.
It's very serious.
What? Like, this is the biggest moment
What kind
of
of
his
man do you want to be, mate? And I didn't get my jollies from telling other kids, to bloody eat bugs. So,
Yeah. So you chose the higher ground, Nick.
chose the high
Good for
ground.
you.
They went off to the bloody Coles at lunchtime and whatnot, and I stuck around to the handball courts, and
Yeah.
I think that's where I am to this day.
Yeah, at the handball courts. The handball courts of life. Oh, mate, that's so good, dude.
love it.
What a great what a great palette of Nick,
Mm.
Yeah, it's a great overview.
It's a great overview of Nick. Is there anything else you want to ask Nick? I'm having so much fun with him. I don't want to
I know,
relinquish him yet.
I don't want to let him go.
Yeah.
Do you
Can we
remember
keep
any-
Nick?
Do you remember any specific stories of like something that happened at school or maybe at a sleepover?
Maybe it was
Or
defining of your childhood.
Something
Yeah,
funny.
you've got those childhood memories where you just go, and you just hang on to that. And it could
Yeah.
be bad or it could be good.
Those little.
Yeah, you go, that was a great day. I'll never forgive him for that. I know it's...
It's hard to think of on the spot.
Here we go.
No, so I did a bit of a school change early on in my schooling career. So
Yep.
it was year 1. I'd moved from Tuggeranong Primary School to Wyong Primary School. Anyway, that's it. Got there, had to start up, all over again from day dot. Didn't know anyone.
It's hard.
And it was.
Mm.
Early on, I found myself sort of hanging around the sandpit a little bit. You know, found myself, constructing castles, digging holes, other things of that nature.
He's got his little like ruler out, measuring the sides of the sandcastle. Yeah, he would.
Come on, boys, fucking smoko now. No, but I had another gentleman. I think I won't go into names. I'll respect.
No, you don't have to do names.
Yeah,
we can make them up. Yeah.
I respect his privacy.
Yep.
Let's just say it was Dave.
Dave. Yes.
Dave was also. He was a year younger than me. He was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was his birthday, and he had this little toy, little plastic thing, and it had lollies on the inside of it.
Yeah.
He'd eaten most of them, but there was a couple that was stuck right to the bottom.
Yeah.
And anyway, he was really struggling, trying to tap him out, whatnot. And he came over to me and was like, "Oh, can you help me get these lollies out?" I was like, "Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries." So I grabbed it, and I thought I was gently tapping it, but I accidentally hit it a little bit too hard and cracked his birthday toy and completely broke it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, mate." And he just started bawling his eyes. And this is one of those moments where I am not proud.
Oh no!
I just ran away. I was like, "I'm not dealing with this. This is too much. This is clearly an accident, mate."
And
then did you see him again and go, "Hey man, what's up?" Just act like nothing happened.
I thought that was it. That was,
Or did you move school? You changed schools. You ran away. You started a new life.
I got back to class. I avoided him for the rest of the lunch.
Wait, so did you know this kid?
Not at the time, no.
You ran away.
Got back to class. I thought everything was good, everything was well. And then we got a knock at the door halfway through the
Oh
lesson.
no, dude, no.
And David and his little mate,
His little mate.
they were both standing there. His mate was there for moral support.
Oh no.
And then David walks in the class and he's like, "Oh, miss, I just wanted to know, someone broke my toy." Tears still trickling down his little face.
God.
And then I just did my head, I hung my head in shame.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't notice me.
Yeah.
And then shortly after, I was like, "Oh, mate, I just feel sick. I've got to go home now." And I reckon it was for the next week, I tried to avoid going to school. And so I've just got to I can't go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
yeah. Wow.
I think the office ladies started to catch on to me when I was at the sick bay every day,
Wow.
Nick, you felt so bad.
I did.
Was there ever a fallout or ending to this story? Did he ever confront you? Did he ever find out? Did he get the toy replaced? Because he would, I reckon, if this kid's as cute as I'm picturing, and no, I'm not saying, sorry, I don't mean that in a weird way. I'm not saying.
Why are you picturing him?
Because I was invested in the story. I just mean, he's this little kid. He's crying. Runs home to mum and dad. My toy's broken. They're having one of two reactions. It's okay. That's part of life. We'll replace the toy. Or we are going to find the person who did this.
I don't know who you are. Look,
a set of skills.
Yes.
I like to imagine that he came from and this is just purely in my mind. I have no idea of his personal circumstances, but in my mind, I think it's sort of just, this is the only sort of catharsis I found, is just to imagine he came from a very loving, supportive family.
Yep.
And they just gave him a pat on the back and said, "Look, mate, it's all right. We'll get you a new one."
Look,
we'll get you
mate,
another one.
it's okay. Your dad owns Vodafone.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. Your dad is the head of a multi-million-dollar corporation. You're going to be fine for the rest of your life.
Oh, Nick. That's so sad because Nick is like the sweetest.
Oh, yeah, that
man
would have
alive.
been. Yeah, and to have that level, I mean, that just shows what a beautiful character you have, to have that level of remorse at such a young age, to have such a, instead of like,
But you know what would happen now if that happened? You would just fix it.
You would just
You would fix that
100%.
toy
You would fix it and you would have made some upgrades. Now, what I've done is I've reinforced the bottom. So if this happens again with the lollies, I got a bit confused as to what, was this a lolly container?
It was like a tube, and I don't know, it was like a...
Probably a toy attached.
Yeah,
to
I'm
a little
imagining, like,
container.
that it wasn't a rattle. I think that's a little bit too baby, guys. But just the general shape of a rattle. There was like a clear tube and it went into a container, and maybe the lollies were kept in there. I'm guessing it would have been probably summertime, and it's been a bit humid.
Sure.
And,
that plastic stretch. I want to say I would bring this back to the manufacturer.
Yeah, I know,
well.
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe if you had
Definitely
if you're a bit older, you could have been like, we have to call this company right now with the kid. Do you know what I mean? Just been like, we are calling the company and saying, what kind of operation are you fucking running here?
Well, that being said, I think it's sort of, you've got to look into the cultural and geographical dimensions of these manufacturers. Like, where are they located? Are they presented with the same challenges in the Australian environment versus, you know, wherever they're being made? I can't assume they're being made locally.
It's true.
They wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
That would happen in humid Australia.
Yeah, I love that. We're going to play that for this kid, and he's going to be like, this has given me a lot to think about. I didn't think about all of
Let's
this.
find him.
Yeah.
Do you know, you please don't say it, but I'm just curious, do you know his name?
Yeah, I know his name.
You know his name. Have you ever looked him up?
Not.
There's a picture of that
No,
broken toy.
no.
He's never let it go.
We shared
That's
a
his
whole
profile picture.
We more or less shared a whole schooling life together. And
Oh,
it
wow.
never came up. It never came up. I think it was one
Wow.
of those silent
Did you
grades.
have more interactions?
On the peripheral? Yeah, we weren't close friends.
Sure.
I would say,
But there were more interactions.
acquaintances.
One more question.
Sure.
Do you think he knows that it was you?
I think he knows.
Yeah.
I think he knows.
Well, we've got him on the phone now. Oh, man.
Oh, Nick, thank you.
That was, you know, a harrowing story, but a happy ending, knowing that this kid is part of. Just picture one of the kids from Succession. That's who this kid is. Do you know what I mean?
sure he's doing well for himself.
I'm sure he's fine. He's probably the head of Toys R Us or something. Even
He's
though they went
fixed it.
bankrupt recently, so they're not doing too well. But,
Oh, God.
but as you said, that's the game of life.
That's the game of life, guys.
Yeah. Nick, thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
coming
joining
on,
us.
Nick.
Guys,
What
it's
a,
been my absolute pleasure.
what a great chat.
We'll have to do it again.
We're going to have to
I'd
do it
love to.
again. This is so good.
Maybe get some Cheezels.
Yeah,
Cheetos.
get some Cheezels. We'll have full reviews of
That's a
candy and
good-
snacks.
Good idea.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Very
Thank you.
much. Appreciate it. Nick, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
NB.
Hang on.
We have a podcast.
It's it. Do you want to sit there? Sit there.
Over here. So you got to put these on.
No, that's okay. You don't have to put the headphones on. She can just talk into the microphone.
Can you hear us?
What for?
Talk into it.
You're talking to us.
I've seen you before. I don't want to talk to you. What is all this gear?
That's my gear. You got hold the microphone into your mouth.
What's that all that?
It works.
It works fine. Anyway, hold the mic.
NB, hold it to your mouth.
What for?
There we go.
Because we're
Okay.
talking. We're
So
talking.
I don't like the look of this at all.
What do you mean?
Am I going to get a contract out of it?
Yeah. I can give you a contract. I
I
can make.
see.
I can pay
How
you.
much do you pay?
Oh, lots of money. How much do you want?
More than you've got.
Stop dropping it.
NB, we're just going to ask you some questions.
What about?
Your childhood.
Eh?
Your childhood.
What do you want to know, darling? I can hardly remember.
Well, NB was a teacher for a primary school teacher for, was it 60 years?
66.
66
years. Wow.
In Manila. So she's taught basically everybody
What are you
in
doing
this
this for?
town.
Oh, we're just, this is just what we do. We have an audience that listens and they like listening to childhood stories. You listen to the radio.
I do a lot, yes.
Yeah. And I told you about podcasts and I said, I've set it up on
can't
your
do
phone.
it.
I know, I've got to set it up on your phone properly.
I haven't got any of this, so
What's that?
I haven't got any gear.
What do you
No,
mean?
you can get it on your phone.
No, you can get it on your phone. You don't have to do that.
My phone.
Yeah, but no, you can listen to it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, on your phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just an app.
Who am I going? Oh, it's an app.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah. You can listen to us. We'll set it up for you.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, you can listen to it.
I don't want to listen to it.
Okay. Okay. So NB was alive when women weren't allowed in the pub.
Is that true?
What?
Women weren't allowed in the pub.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't go to. No, when I came here teaching, you couldn't go to the pub.
Without a man?
No, you couldn't go at all into
It's
into
not
the
at
pub.
all.
Was that? Wow.
Up to the ladies' lounge you could go.
Yeah.
And that was when I came here teaching.
Was that just normal, or even at that time were you like, this
That was
sucks?
everywhere.
No, but did you have feelings about it? Were you like, this sucks, why can't I go in there? Or were you like, okay, that's fair enough? How did you feel about it?
Never worried because he never had been, never allowed to go.
Yeah, wow.
See,
it was just so normal.
If you went to town, when I came here teaching, I was 21.
Yeah.
Well, if we went into town, Tamworth, you could go upstairs at the Tudor to the ladies' lounge.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go into the bar to order a drink or anything like that. They had to come up and take your order.
Wow.
And no lady would have drunk beer.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to drink beer.
Oh, not that you're not allowed. No ladies drank it. No.
You had, what did you drink?
They still don't.
Pims.
You drank
joking.
Pims.
Pims cocktails.
Pims. Wow.
Yeah.
What if you were up in the ladies' lounge? What were you talking about with the ladies?
Oh,
Were you
just with the
complaining about
teach-
the men?
No.
No.
No, just teach. No, not like today.
No.
People are never satisfied today.
Yeah. So you were satisfied back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never worried.
Yeah.
Well, the pubs closed at 6 o'clock.
They did. That's early. What do you think? You mentioned that back then life was easier. Everybody was satisfied. Now it's not. Do you remember any sort of shifts in culture? Like if you were, you've been through and seen a lot of changes.
Just gradually.
Yeah. So there was no like big thing that came in and then everything went downhill from
Probably
there.
television gradually.
Yeah.
Probably after.
Yeah. Technology in general, life became more complicated. Yeah.
See, I grew up without. Where I grew up, we had no phone, no power, no electricity.
No electricity.
No electricity till I was 16.
Wow.
Hot water?
No hot water. We had no power.
So what did you do to shower?
We didn't have a shower. We had a bath.
And you just
You
boil.
boiled the kerosene tin on the stove.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, sounds awful.
Wow.
Well, it didn't matter. You didn't know any
You
different.
didn't know any better.
You're just like, this is it. This is yeah. Do you remember ever these girls having a couple of friends over and then you coming in the night and them hiding boys around here?
What did you do?
Well,
No, that was an.
we had a New Year's Eve party.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember.
New Year's
was
Eve
very
party.
naughty.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I well and truly remember that. Over there. No, everyone compared to that.
Everyone scattering.
Yeah.
Hey?
Do you remember everyone scattering when you came over?
Yes, yes, that's right. Remember them with the beer?
Yeah.
I see. I used to teach them.
Oh, no way.
Some of
Did
them.
you?
They were all at school.
Some of your friends were taught by
in
NB.
primary school.
Oh
yeah.
my
Well,
gosh.
they-
Mrs. O'Brien, they all called her.
Wow.
They weren't invited. They just turned up.
Yeah.
And I came overnight. They were all sitting on the veranda there.
Yeah.
3 or 4 of the boys. I mean, nice boys.
Yeah.
And they go, "Hello, Mrs. O'Brien." Didn't realise. What are you doing here? I said, "Come over here to see what's going on. These are my granddaughters." Well, you should have seen their face.
They didn't know.
They didn't know you were a grandmother.
And they had
Mrs. O'Brien.
that esky full of beer, remember?
Yeah.
So
I
I said-
remember.
Were they underage? Were they underage?
Oh, they were 17, 18.
Just
They were
about.
good kids, really. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to today, they were nothing.
Yeah.
No, but I said, well, they said, we've got nowhere to go. It's New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I said, well, you can stay till 12 and then I'll be over.
Well, that was nice to allow them till 12.
Oh, they weren't doing anything. They were just playing loud
They
music.
loved Mrs. OB.
Yeah, for sure.
And
yeah, Maddie was busy on the dance floor though. My humps.
I came over and about 12 and some had gone and there were 3 of boys out the front with this esky.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you can't stay. You make too much noise.
Mm.
You can't. And they were going down to the river.
Mm.
I said, you can't go down the river because Mr. Coot will hear you and he'll find out. So they were going to go on Buffy's lawn. I said, not a good idea.
No, bad idea.
Anyway, in the way they went off home in the end with the esky.
Yeah.
And next morning there was about 5 asleep on the front lawn.
Wait, so did you teach Maddie? You didn't? No. Went to a different
No.
school. Yeah. Wow, that's so funny.
Unfortunately. I
I
think I
didn't
did a
teach any of my
cameo
grandchildren,
sometimes when I came to visit you. I think I came to school with you a couple of times.
And all the boys were like, "Who's that?"
Oh.
And Maddie was like, "Bum bum bum." Yeah.
All right. right. Well, thanks for coming on, NB.
Yeah, that's fine, my dear.
Yeah. What are you
Thank
thinking
you.
about right now? You think
I'm thinking about the day I had to call call Triple A. Remember?
Oh yeah, tell that story. We almost didn't get. Look, she's got it. What happened? What
time
happened?
was this?
Well, Tommy and they were over at my place, the 5 of them.
Yeah.
And Tommy and Eva
The
were
3 girls and the 2. Yeah.
Tommy and Isabel.
Yeah.
The elder girls. They were playing together. Tommy was always the one out.
Yeah.
And he and Eva were dropping money
Yeah.
down a little slot in a outdoor umbrella.
Okay.
The umbrella wasn't there, and they were putting the money in,
hole.
and they were putting their hands.
Oh
in
yeah.
and getting out.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So there's a hole. Yeah, where
Where you put
like
the
the pole
umbrella.
for the umbrella is.
Well,
Yeah. Hang up in
Eva's
front of your
hands
face.
were-
In front of your face, MB.
Eva's hands were little.
Yeah.
But Tommy's got his stuck. He went to pull his out and it wouldn't come out.
His little
no.
chubby hands.
Oh,
So Eva
old chub hands.
Eva came running in saying, "Quick, Nanny Bub, Tommy's got his hand stuck in the." He was there. He was crying his eyes out.
Screaming.
He was only about 4,
Yeah.
3, 4. These girls,
Yeah.
they had a circle on the lawn dancing around saying, "Poor old Tommy's got his hand stuck in the." The man came from next door. Delma came. Everyone came with oil.
We couldn't get it out.
Oh my gosh.
It wouldn't come out.
And we called.
So I had to ring up Triple O.
Oh no.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I dialed Triple O, and this man said, "Good morning, madam. Have you got a problem?" And I said, "Well, yes. Well, I have really."
Yes.
He said, "Well, what's the matter?" And I said, "Well, my grandson's got his hand stuck in the hole." And he goes, "Oh, I can't do anything about that." He said, "I'll send the police round."
The police. You would think
You
fire
you
brigade,
remember?
right?
You remember?
Or the
I
ambulance,
do.
maybe.
Meanwhile,
I don't know.
everyone in the street was out on the footpath.
Yeah.
It was a big to do.
So the police came round. A lady, it was a girl. She walked in.
Maddie's still dancing. Yep.
They're all the girls that they were horrible. She came down the path. She goes, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Well, my grandson's got his hand stuck in the hole." And she walked over and she goes, "Oh God, I can't do anything about that."
Nobody can do anything about it.
I'll have to call the rescue squad.
Yeah.
So how did they get it out?
Well, the rescue squad came along.
The rescue squad.
3 men, all booted and spurred in their gear.
Oh no.
I remember. Yeah.
Oh no.
They walked down the path.
Maddie's still dancing, calls out
And
to
they,
them.
well, they didn't know what to do. And after a while, they had a pair of pincher things and they put it in the hole and pushed it so it got a
Opened
bit
it
wider.
out.
Yeah.
They
Didn't
pulled
they
his
have
hand
to
out.
cut it as well?
Eh?
Didn't they saw it off as
Was he
well?
crying the whole
Oh,
time?
he was pretty
Oh, he was
upset.
beside
Yeah.
It
himself.
was
Yeah.
all swollen up.
Oh wow.
Anyway, he got it out. And he looked at it and he goes, "Oh, Nanny Bub, I don't feel very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and get my little blankie and have a rest."
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I said to the girls across the street to tell all the people that the drama was over.
We had a great day. I don't know what the issue was.
Poor old Tommy.
Thanks,
Well,
MB.
thank you, MB. Thanks for coming
We
on
had
and
a
telling
great
these stories.
time.
This was.
What are you going to do with that?
fantastic.
Just listen to it.
Yeah, we're going to listen to it.
We're going to listen to it. We're going to put it online, share it for everyone. Yeah.
We just have to record our outro and
Yeah.
then we've done the episode.
We've done the outro.
Thank
done
you. My grandma doesn't want to stop talking. Do you want to do our outro with us, MB? Pick up the mic. Okay, no, she's done.
Okay,
now.
all right.
Well,
Well, that
thank
was a great
you.
episode. The country family
you to my
episode. That was
fam.
fantastic.
I
Thank you everybody
know.
for coming on.
My grandma's still here. She,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
loved it.
She loved it.
Got into it.
Yeah, she absolutely got into it. Okay, well, let's enjoy the rest of our time here. Maddie, do you want to sign us
Yeah.
off?
Good night, kids.
Good night, kids.